Hey guys, welcome to a big old book haul today, as well as a book outlet unboxing because I got an order last week and I haven't even opened it yet. So many books, you guys. Most of these I actually got from Little Free Libraries. There is one that is on the route where I take our foster son to go for visits, and I just kind of started going there every single week when we've been doing visits, and it is such a good Little Free Library. I always come away with like a book or two. And there's some more local to me Little Free Libraries I've been visiting, and I'm always like giving them books too. I'm not just taking books, always adding books. And then there's some book outlet stuff here, and then I think one from Amazon, and yeah, I don't know, I think that's all. Oh, I think one is a Christmas one. Brandon Sanderson, The Way of Kings was one that I bought this month, or Jared bought. Actually, I'm already reading it. We owned the mass market paperback, or we still do, but I just realized like these are giant books. I can't read the little mass market paperback, so we got the big ones. I started last time because April from Get Hooga With It, she reads the first line of every book she hauls, and that seems like fun. So what was the first line? Or the first sentence? This is the prelude to the Stormlight Archive. Calic rounded a rocky stone ridge and stumbled to a stop before the body of a dying thunderclast. Okay. Then Bright as Heaven is one that I bought. I'm actually partway done reading this one as well. I started it in December. Haven't read any more since. This is about the Spanish flu in 1918, and I've been loving it. There's just a variety of reasons I haven't picked it up lately. But let's try this first sentence. Morning light shimmers on the apricot horizon as I stand at the place where my baby boy rests. That was very poetic. Yeah, I'm so enjoying this one. I actually need to put it on my like February books that I want to read. Not my official TBR, but my like possibility pile, because I want to get through it. Then I got book 2 and book 5 in the Story Thieves series. My daughter has been reading book 1, or started reading book 1 and kind of got distracted. But I saw these for sale and thought I would grab them. Oh, okay, this is a book I was not planning on reading at all. This is Fredrick Bachmann's Anxious People. I kind of feel mostly over his writing. I was going to try like 1 or 2 more. This wasn't going to be one of them, but I found it at the Little Free Library in like perfect shape, and I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I do not think I will enjoy it, but I'm willing to try it. Another like perfect condition, I got The Call of the Wild and Free, Reclaiming Wonder in Your Child's Education. So this is like a homeschooling book, but it has like so many gorgeous pictures throughout the book. I read this one, I think kind of like in the summer, and enjoyed it. Wasn't my absolute favorite, but once again, like Little Free Library, perfect condition, can't pass it up. I will probably reread it at some point. Then I got Scoot Over and Make Some Room, Creating a Space Where Everyone Belongs. So this is supposed to be a Christian nonfiction book about a family who, I believe they've adopted all 3 of their kids. Yes, and 2 of them have Down syndrome. So I don't know, as an adoptive mom myself, those kind of stories always kind of grip at my heart. So this is one I would like to read this year. Then I got another Susan Meisner. So I had started As Bright as Heaven, and then I was like, well, I want to read more of her stuff because just judging from the first like 25% of this book, I thought I would like her writing. So I don't even know what this one is. I totally bought it because the cover was gorgeous. Honestly, I would love a green dress like this. Oh, and how terrible am I at reading the first sentence? I just read the first sentence of the one. Secrets of a Charmed Life. She stood at a crossroads, half aware that her choice would send her down a path from which there could be no turning back. But instead of 2 choices, she saw only one, because it was all she really wanted to see. So there's present day Oxford, England, and 1940s England. So, the Cotswolds, England. The English cottage, bramble-hedged and golden-stoned, looked as timeless as a fairy tale, except for the bobbing mylar balloons tied to the front gate. I don't know. I love English cottage vines growing up. That is like totally my thing. Now I gotta go back and reread the first sentences here. Here I was trying to be so fast because there's so many books. And then I always forget something. Oh, I did read that one. Read that one. 2 books I did. I'm not going to do the Story Thieves because those are books 2 and 5. Scoot over and make some room. On my 36th birthday, I sat at a table in my friend's backyard, holding a plastic cup and listening with a humble heart as several of my friends went around the table and toasted me. Ooh. Oh, that just makes me feel awkward all over because I don't like people paying attention to me. Which seems kind of funny considering I'm here on YouTube. 9 years ago, I put my 5-year-old son, Wyatt, on a bus for his first day of school and did what nearly every other mother does. I followed it. I didn't do that when my daughter went into kindergarten, but I definitely remember feeling like that. It felt wrong to me because I wanted to homeschool. Oh, the first sentence in this one. A bank robbery. Anxious people. Starts with a bank robbery. Interesting. Okay, and then I picked up The Testament by John Grisham. Honestly, I don't even know what this book is about, but I have heard Oshina rave about it, and it was in that magical little free library that has like wonderful books every month or every week that I go, so I thought I would grab it. A rich, angry old man is furiously rewriting his will, with his death just hours away. He wants to send a message to his children, his ex-wives, and his minions, a message that will touch off a vicious legal battle and transform dozens of lives. Down to the last day, even the last hour now. I'm really curious about that because she hasn't stopped raving about it. Then I also found another Ruth Ware, The Lying Game. I kind of have been accidentally coming across her books in little free libraries lately. So, Issa knows something terrible has happened when she receives this text from an old friend. Why else would Kate summon her and their 2 friends to the seaside town where they attended the boarding school together 17 years ago? I don't really like to read more than the first sentence or 2, so sounds interesting. The sound is just an ordinary text alert, a quiet beep beep in the night that does not wake Owen and would not have woken me, except that I was already awake, lying there, staring into the darkness, the baby at my breast snuffling, not quite feeding, not quite unlatching. Whew, that was like the world's longest first sentence. Then this is one that I have seen in little free libraries like over and over and over again, and sometimes I just feel like, well, if I keep seeing it, I gotta read it. This is Speak by Laurie Halls Anderson. Melinda busted an end of summer party by calling the cops, so her old friends won't talk to her, and people she doesn't know hate her from a distance. The safest place is to be alone inside her own head. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this is everywhere, so I need to read it. The first sentence is, it is my first morning of high school. I don't want to repeat high school, but okay. This is Shirley Jackson's Let Me Tell You. These are short stories that I believe were unpublished when she was alive, and her kids published them. So it says it brings her deliciously eerie short stories she's best known for, along with frank, inspiring lectures on writing, comic essays about her large, boisterous family, and whimsical drawings. Ooh, drawings. I don't see any drawings. Okay, where are the drawings? Oh. Okay. I love her short stories. This has lots. This has like 10, 20, 30, 40, 50-ish maybe? And I believe these are all previously unpublished. So the very first sentence of the very first short story says, Mr. Halloran Beersford, pleasantly tired after a good day in the office, still almost clean-shaven after 8 hours, his pants still neatly pressed, pleased with himself particularly for remembering, stepped out of the candy shop with a great box under his arm and started briskly for the corner. Whew, that's another long sentence. I love the twists at the end of her stories, so I'm sure it'll be good. Then I have See You in My Dreams. The author actually sent this to me. I believe she was homeschooled, if I remember correctly. She also sent me like a little wind-up butterfly and a little card. So this is about bullying, if I remember correctly. It's about cyberbullying, and yeah, I'm really curious. I want to read it because my daughter is 10 now. Like, I feel like a few more years should be like kind of this stage of life, but yeah, so there's that. I don't remember if I've shared this book in a few things, but I don't remember if I actually shared it in an official haul. The Haunting at Bonaventure Circus. This is Jamie Jo Wright's newest book. I haven't even read it. I got it for Christmas. It's been on my like pile of books to share about in my next haul, and then I just haven't gotten to it. So, life was not unlike the wisp of fog that curled around the base of the grave marker, softly caressing the marble before dissolving into the violet shadows of the night. Whew, stumbled all over that. All I know is this is another Jamie Jo Wright dual timeline, and one of them is a circus. Oh, wait, I'm assuming it's dual timeline. Yeah. And then decades later, the old circus train's depot's future hangs in the balance. So possibly both timelines have to do with a circus. I really don't like knowing a ton going into her books. And then I've got 2 Carrie Stewart Parks books. I believe these are a part of a series, Formula of Deception and Fragments of Fear. I'm just kind of wanting to see here, because I don't, if this is part of a series. Evelyn McTavish. Oh, no, it's not. Okay, so let's talk about this one first. Formula of Deception. An artist hiding from an escaped killer uncovers one of the World War II's most dangerous secrets, a secret that desperate men will do anything to keep hidden. So I think she writes Christian, like suspense. I don't know if, I'm hoping hers doesn't have like the typical romance that's always in Christian fiction. I've talked about it before, but I want more surprises in my Christian fiction stories, I guess. And maybe not quite so many happy endings, because that's not how life happens. But anyway, first sentence. The fountain pen in the man's hand skidded across the journal, leaving a blotch of ink like black blood. Ooh. Yeah, so that's that one. And then, yeah, they both say a novel, so I'm assuming it's not a series. Stolen Art, a New Mexico archaeological dig, an abandoned dog, and a secret that's worth killing for. Her world came crashing down with the suicide of her fiancé. She tries to put her life back together and make a living from her art. Oh, she receives a call that her dog is about to be destroyed at the pound, except she doesn't own a dog. The shelter is adamant that the microchip embedded in the canine with her name and address makes it hers. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what's going to happen there. Evelyn Yvonne McTavish, Tavish to her friends, clenched the red long-stemmed rose and stared at the glossy casket. Ooh. Yeah. I have one of her books that I still need to read, A Cry from the Dust. Yeah. And then I shared about this in my books I want to read in 2021. This is The Host. I've read the inside flap. I don't really understand it, but this is some kind of, I don't even know, I don't even know what it is. But I've heard lots of people talk about it. Lots of people say they can't stop thinking about it, and they all want me to read it. So, the first sentence. The healer's name was Ford's Deep Waters. So, my plan is to read this probably October time. Okay, now I've got a box. And I've got scissors. So for 2021, my goal is to not buy books by authors I haven't read before, or books that I haven't read. Like, I prefer, if I really like a book, to read it from the library and then buy the book after, unless it's an author that I really trust. But I bought these books just before the end of 2020, so there are some exceptions here. Oh, and I also know I totally made a mistake with one of these books, so yeah. Oh, and my mistake is just staring me in the face. Okay, I've got one of the books. So here's my mistake. I bought the same book twice, because I didn't realize that it's the same book because there's different covers. So this is The Secret Adversary, Adversary? Oh, man. Seriously, I should just stick to blogging instead of YouTube. This I'm probably just going to put in a little free library sometime because this is the cover that I'm preferring to collect, but honestly I'm not being too picky. So this is Tommy and Tuppence. This is the first book in their series. So I've heard that you have to read theirs in order. So there's this one, then Partners in Crime, which I'm not sure if I own. No, so I don't own book 2. But then N or M and By the Pricking of My Thumbs and Postern of Fate, I own all those. What's this one? Yeah, okay. So I just need book 2 yet, unless I already bought it and I don't remember. So first sentence. This exchange from the secret adversary. No, wait, that's an introduction to the book. Ooh, that's long. Okay. It was 2 p.m. on the afternoon of Monday, May 7th. Oh, of May 7th, 1915. There we go. That's whatever. Doesn't tell me anything. Then I've got Paper Wishes. This is after Pearl Harbor, everything changes for her family. So this is a middle grade historical fiction about a young girl who, I believe she's Japanese, and this is kind of like life after World War II. It's a very small book. Grandfather says that a man should walk barefoot on the bare earth every day. Sentence number 1. Okay, then I have been collecting these chalk editions of the classics that they have in these editions. So I grabbed Peter Pan. Honestly, I've read the first half of Peter Pan and haven't loved it, but it's a classic and it's got a cute cover. All children except one grow up. Oh, children do grow up, and like quite quickly too. Okay, then I've got a bit of a theme here, and I'm not going to read all of these first sentences because I kind of just went on a bit of a splurge with some of the Puffin Classics editions of books, and I got all these. So I got Black Beauty, I got The Wizard of Oz, I got The Princess and the Goblin, I got Heidi, I got Treasure Island, The Secret Garden, love this one, and Around the World in 80 Days. I've read all of these except The Princess and the Goblin, I think. Maybe not Black Beauty, or at least not since childhood. But yeah, I don't know, they were like less than $3, I think. Okay, there's one that I'm gonna save for the last because I love it. Another chalk edition. This is Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Wait, that's not, oh yeah, it is. It just looks a little different. Oh, I got another Agatha Christie. Evil Under the Sun. I actually just placed another order. I think I might have accidentally ordered this one again. So that's unfortunate, but oh well, I'll just give them to little free libraries. So this is a Perot mystery, and the first sentence is, when Captain Roger, some last name I can't pronounce, built himself a house in the year 1782 off the island of Leathercombe Bay, it was thought the height of eccentricity on his part. Okay, now the rest are middle grade, except kind of my last one there. I got One Crazy Summer, which I have never read, but I see all the time and feel like I should read. So this is set in California in 1968. Good thing the plane had seatbelts and we've been strapped in tight before takeoff. So middle grade March is in March, obviously, and I'm hoping to read a bunch of these books. So When Hitler Stole Pink Rabbit. So this is obviously Hitler's World War II. It's 1933, so this is kind of before. First sentence says, Anna was walking home from school with Elsbeth, a girl in her class. Then I got book 3 then in the series. So Chains is book 1, and then there's book 2, which I'm not even sure what it's called, and then Ashes is book 3. I don't know how much they're even related. They're the Seeds of America trilogy. There's a map on here, the Battle of Yorktown. I don't like to read the back of the book, especially with it being book 3. I mean, I know it's like historical fiction, but still. Vexation, brother, and blast, I muttered, trying to blink away the sweat that stung my eyes. I had a hard time telling what that first letter was. There's that. And then I got Stella by Starlight, which is another one that I feel like I see all the time, and actually thought I had read this one, but I don't think I have. 9 robed figures dressed all in white. So, this is North Carolina. What year is it? Doesn't say. But yeah, so that's obviously the KKK right there. So that'll be intense. And then I've got one more book. I have drooled over this book for years, and I decided it's finally time to buy it. And I finally got this edition of Little Women. It's massive. I wish they would have maybe made it a little taller so it wasn't so thick, but it's just gorgeous, and I love Little Women. And they used to sell it in a box set with Heidi, Anne of Green Gables, and A Little Princess, I think was the other one. And I wish I would have bought it because I just loved it. I actually bought it for someone else, but I never bought it for myself. And I'm excited to at least have this one because I love this book. So that plus these is my most recent book haul. And I'm probably going to a little free library tomorrow, so there will be more soon. But I have read some of these, I guess. I was going to say most of them, but no, I haven't. But in the future with my book hauls, I think they will probably be more books that I've read and generally recommend if I'm buying them. Unless they're little free library books, I'm okay with, you know, getting books from there that I haven't read the authors before or read the books, because I'm not paying anything for it other than a book that I didn't want anymore anyway. So let me know what you're most excited for me to read, maybe what you think I would enjoy the most, and maybe like what you bought last or multiple books that you bought last. Thanks for watching, guys.